So the iPhone 17 Pro just came out, and of course I had to get my hands on it. I've been using it for about over a week now, and I want to give you my honest thoughts, not just about the specs, but what it's actually like to live with this thing day to day. Because let's be real, we all know iPhones are expensive. The 17 Pro starts at $1,100, so the big question is it worth upgrading, or should you just stick with whatever phone you have? I've been using the iPhone 15 Pro for 2 years, and it's been a solid experience. Titanium frame, great performance, and a polished overall feel. It's one of those phones that really made me feel Apple took a big step forward. Now the iPhone 17 Pro is out, and while it brings some interesting upgrades, I want to explore whether it actually warrants an upgrade, especially for someone like me who already owns a recent iPhone. Apple's strategy in recent years has been to refine rather than reinvent. With the 17 Pro, that refinement continues. The phone features the new A19 Pro chip, improved cameras, and a few design tweaks. On paper it might sound impressive, but when you look at it in the hand and consider your daily use, the question becomes, does it feel like a true step forward, or is it more of a beauty update? In this review, I'll walk you through the iPhone 17 Pro from the perspective of someone who uses it in everyday life, covering the design, display, cameras, performance, battery, and other features while keeping comparisons to the iPhone 15 Pro and occasionally referencing to the 16 Pro for context. By the end, you'll have a clear picture of whether the iPhone 17 Pro is the right choice for you. Apple has always emphasized design as one of the main differentiators for the iPhone, and the 17 Pro continues that tradition. The phone comes in silver, cosmic orange, and deep blue finishes. Apple claims a premium feel with a ceramic shield front and back and an aluminum frame. In theory, this should deliver a very sturdy and luxurious feel. However, personally, the design of the iPhone 17 Pro doesn't feel as premium to me as the 15 Pro did. While the build is solid, the overall aesthetic feels slightly more industrial and less refined. It's not a drastic downgrade, but it's enough to notice when holding it side by side with the 15 Pro. The edges are slightly more rounded, and the back finish doesn't have quite the same visual depth as the previous models. Of course, this is subjective. Some people will prefer the new look, but for me, the design doesn't inspire an upgrade. The size is also something to consider. The 17 Pro is slightly larger than the 15 Pro, and the Pro Max is noticeably bigger. If you prefer a phone that feels sleek and compact, the size difference may be relevant. Apple still maintains IP68 water and dust resistance, which reassuring the materials themselves are environmentally conscious using recycled aluminum and other components. Overall, the 17 Pro has a strong, durable feel, but lacks the same premium wow factor that the 14, 15 and 16 Pro had when it first launched. For someone upgrading from an older iPhone, it will still feel like a very high quality device. For someone like me, the design alone isn't compelling enough to justify an upgrade. The display on the iPhone 17 Pro is a 6.3-inch OLED panel, slightly larger than the 15 Pro with a resolution of 2622 by 1206 pixels. It features Apple's ProMotion technology with a refresh rate up to 120 Hz, HDR support, and the always-on display feature introduced in recent iPhones. For daily use, the display is bright, sharp, and vibrant. Streaming videos, browsing, social media, or reading text is smooth thanks to the high refresh rate. The color accuracy is excellent, and the True Tone ensures that whites don't feel harsh in different lighting conditions. The display is also very responsive, which makes navigating the phone and typing a pleasure. Compared to the 16 Pro, the 17 Pro's display is marginally brighter and slightly more refined, but not dramatically different. Users of the 15 Pro may notice some improvements, but again, it's not a revolutionary change. The always-on display is convenient, showing notifications and time without needing to pick up the phone, but for some people it might not feel essential. Apple has also retained the dynamic island, which continues to serve as a functional and aesthetic centerpiece of the top screen. Overall, the 17 Pro display is excellent and more than good for most users. It's polished, fast, and enjoyable to use, but it's not a reason alone to upgrade if you already have a recent iPhone. The camera system on the iPhone 17 Pro is arguably one of the most talked about features. Apple has made some upgrades across the board, focusing on resolution, versatility, and computational photography. The main sensor is a 48 megapixel Pro Fusion camera with sensor shift stabilization. It performs exceptionally well in various lighting conditions, capturing detailed and vibrant images. There is also a 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera with a 120-degree field of view and a 48 megapixel Fusion telephoto lens that enables 4x optical zoom. For everyday users, this means sharper zoomed in shots and more flexibility when framing photos. The front camera has also been upgraded to 18 megapixels with autofocus, improving selfies and video calls, especially in low light. Video recording supports up to 4K Dolby Vision at multiple frame rates, ProRes video, and a new action mode for smoother handheld video. And it's not just that, the front camera now supports center stage, so it can follow you around and keep you centered during FaceTime calls. Plus, you can even record using the front and back cameras at the same time, which makes it perfect for quick vlogs or reaction style clips. For casual photography, the iPhone 17 Pro is more than enough. It's fantastic. On the front, you get an 18 megapixel selfie camera with Apple's new square sensor. What that means is you can switch between portrait and landscape framing without rotating the phone. Portraits look professional, night mode is reliable, and the ultra-wide lens allows for creative shots. Compared to the iPhone 15 Pro, the differences are noticeable in zoom performance and low light detail. Compared to the 16 Pro, the upgrades are very small, mainly refining the existing camera capabilities rather than reinventing them. For me personally, while the camera system is impressive, it doesn't make me feel the need to upgrade from the 15 Pro. The 15 Pro cameras are already excellent for everyday use, and the 17 Pro offers mostly refinements rather than transformative changes. The A19 Pro chip powers the new iPhone 17 Pro, featuring a 6-core CPU, a 6-core GPU, and a 16-core Neural engine. Apple claims it delivers faster performance and improved efficiency compared to the A17 chip in the 15 Pro. In practical terms, the 17 Pro is extremely fast. Apps open instantly, multitasking is smooth, and even intensive games run without lag. For mobile gaming, the performance improvements are noticeably, especially in graphically demanding titles. Frame rates are stable, loading times are minimal, and the phone handles high-resolution textures with ease. Apple also highlights hardware-based ray tracing for more realistic lighting effects in games, but for most users this isn't a major factor. Casual gaming, social media, streaming, and productivity apps all run effortlessly, and even heavy multitasking doesn't slow the phone down. Compared to the 15 Pro, performance is slightly faster, but the differences are very subtle for average users. The 15 Pro already handles almost everything without hesitation, so unless you're a mobile gamer pushing the limits or a power user needing every ounce of performance, the A19 Pro is impressive but not essential. Battery life is one of the strongest points of the iPhone 17 Pro. Up to 33 hours of video playback on the 17 Pro and 39 hours on the Pro Max. For everyday use, this translates to easily getting through a full day and often longer depending on your usage patterns. Compared to the 15 Pro, the 17 Pro offers noticeably improvements. Streaming, gaming, and heavy camera use are slightly less draining, meaning fewer midday charges. For people who rely on their phone all day without convenient access to a charger, this is a significant benefit. Charging options have been also refined. Fast charging can get the phone to 50% in 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the adapter, and MagSafe wireless charging is still supported up to 25 watts. Apple has also upgraded USB-C support to faster data transfer speeds, which is great if you often offload photos or video files. For many users, improved battery life may be one of the main reasons to consider upgrading, especially if your current phone struggles to last a full day. However, if your recent iPhone still delivers solid battery performance, the difference may not be dramatic enough to justify an immediate upgrade. The iPhone 17 Pro includes all the connectivity and durability features expected from a premium smartphone. 5G support is standard, Wi-Fi 7 ensures faster wireless speeds, and Bluetooth 6 improves device pairing and stability. The phone continues to use Face ID and has an updated ultra-wideband chip for precise location tracking and AirDrop improvements. Apple also emphasizes environmental responsibility using recycled materials in the chassis and packaging. While these may not affect your daily experience, it reflects Apple's ongoing focus on sustainability. On the software side, the 17 Pro ships with iOS 26, which introduces subtle refinements across the system, but nothing that feels revolutionary for some users coming from the 15 or 16 Pro. Overall, these features maintain the phone's premium feel, but again, they don't provide a compelling reason to upgrade unless you're several generations behind. So where does it leave the iPhone 17 Pro? It's an excellent phone. The cameras are versatile and capable, performance is fast, battery life is strong, and the overall user experience is polished. Apple has refined the iPhone in meaningful ways. That said, for someone like me already using the iPhone 15 Pro, the improvements feel like a very small step up. The design doesn't resonate really as premium, the performance gains are noticeably but not game-changing, and the camera upgrades, while impressive, are not transformative for everyday use. Essentially, it's a refinement rather than a revolution. For users on older iPhones, say the 13 or earlier, the 17 Pro could be a very compelling upgrade. the improved cameras, battery life, and performance would feel like significant steps forward. For users already on the 14, 15, or 16 Pro, the case for upgrading is weaker unless you are drawn specifically to the new camera features or slightly improved battery life. In conclusion, the iPhone 17 Pro is a polished and powerful device, but it may not be the upgrade that everyone is looking for. It's a great phone for those seeking the latest features, but for existing recent iPhone users, the small nature of the changes means that sticking with your current model is a reasonable choice. That's my review of the iPhone 17 Pro. I'll be posting some camera comparisons videos, so make sure you're subscribed if you want to see that. And I also ordered the Apple Watch 11, so there are a lot of videos coming soon. And if you have questions or want me to test something specific, drop it in the comments. I actually read them all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.